Good afternoon, everybody. I am back with another Lego Fortnite video on how-tos in Lego Fortnite, and we're going to be revolving around villages again in this one. But before we get into it, if you enjoy this video, please give a sub on the channel, a like if you are enjoying this video specifically. Check out the other content on the channel, including a previous villager video looking at all their rarities. Plus, also hit that bell notification icon if you want to stay up to date with future uploads on the channel regarding Fortnite and other stuff as well. Also, make sure to use creator code Danconia in the Fortnite shop if you're purchasing any brilliant skins that, let's say, well, brilliant skins. They haven't been rotating the shop that well recently, but Epic Games are coming back from holiday soon, so, you know, it's great. But that's a hashtag ad, hashtag epic partner, of course. But let's get into this then. So, we talked about villagers, who exists, and their rarity. Now it's time to take a look at certain other things regarding how you can use these villagers to their best capability and your best benefit, because there's a wide range of villagers and they have a wide range of specialities. There's a lot you can do with them, and you may want to change a lot of things up from time to time just to make sure that your villagers are at their most productive, because believe me, if you have it set up right, it's going to generate a ton of resources and it's going to really keep you going and save you a lot of time and hassle on certain jobs that you will just not have to do if you have these villagers doing them for you. So, you've got villagers in your Lego Fortnite world. You are, say, looking at 3 to 5 villagers, 5 being the maximum in your current village. So that's all great, but now you are looking at upgrading your village. You're making new places, you're making a log cabin, you're making a bigger house, you're making a bigger place for them to stay, stuff like that. And you want to move their beds. But you don't want to lose these villagers, of course. So if you want to move a villager bed, all you have to do is put a new bed in the location in which you want to move them to. You can then click on that bed and you can change what villager is assigned to that bed. So you can assign yourself to that bed, or you can assign one of the villagers you currently have in your village to the bed. Once you have assigned that villager to that new bed, you can go back and destroy the previous bed, and your villager will stay put. They will not leave your village. They will still hang around, they'll still do the same job they were doing, etc. And they'll be perfectly happy in their new found bed location. But to build on this, say you want to remove a villager, because of course there's a lot of villagers that come on early but then less rare, and you've started seeing rarer villagers turn up that you really want in your village, but you don't have any room in your village because you have too many villagers. So you want to remove a villager or two to make space for these new villagers to come in. To do that, you have to destroy their beds. If the villager has no bed in your village, they will leave your village. It takes time after destroying the bed, so you can't destroy the bed and then immediately make the bed again, because they will just take that bed and stay in your village. They won't leave. So you've got to destroy that bed and then wait for them to leave your village. That generally takes something like, I think, 5 in-game days. So it takes a little while, but they will eventually then leave because they have nowhere to sleep. And then you will have a free slot again in your village to recruit whoever you want to. And it's a bit of a... It's quite a painstaking way, I suppose, of removing villagers, but that is the way in which you can do it. And it is, I believe, the only way you can do it at the moment. Because, of course, if villagers die, they just respawn. So that's kind of how that works. So now you've got all your villagers set up, you've got the villagers you want, and you've got all of your beds filled. Now what do you do with them? Because villagers can do a variety of things. If you don't assign them a job, they're just going to kind of sit there. So you might as well give them something to do. Villager jobs are broken up into a lot of different categories and a lot of different subcategories within those categories. So, first of all, you can just take a villager on an adventure with you. If you take a villager on an adventure with you, they will just assist you in whatever you're doing. Whether that's mining while out exploring, whether that's trying to kill something, stuff like that, they will assist you. But they must have the right equipment. So, if you want them to, say, you want them to farm wood, they're going to need an axe. So you're going to have to give them an axe of the correct rarity to mine the wood you want. So, you know, Not wood or not root, I get them mixed up, but if you want that, then you're going to have to give them the green rarity axe, because otherwise they can't mine it. So they follow the same principles as you do when it comes to the rarity of the axe you need, or the pickaxe, and what they can mine. So to do that, you can just talk to them while you're out exploring, and you can ask them to take this, and they will take whatever you give them. So that's, first of all, how to do that. And they will also obviously do more damage if you give them something like a sword. So they want to have some sort of sword or something if you're going to be fighting things, because that's going to be pretty essential to helping you survive in some of these locations, because villagers can be quite helpful. So then, if you've taken them on an adventure with you, there are some villagers that specialize in going on adventures, and there are some that don't. And this goes for all of the jobs across Lego Fortnite. So I believe every single villager pretty much actually specializes in a certain job. So what are the jobs? That's the first thing we need to tackle here. So jobs in Lego Fortnite are exploration. So that is the way in which you bring a villager with you. That's the first job you can unlock with your villager level at level 1. At level 2, you can then unlock resource jobs. So then you can assign a villager to collect nearby resources. They will refine wood or refine stone at the very basic level into slabs, basically. That's the first. And then at level 4 of your village, you can start to assign cooking jobs. This is where villagers will extract seeds or plant crops in soil, or they will cook food on the grill if you have one built. So this is where you kind of become a little bit more self-sufficient, because your villagers will be making food for you, so you don't have to make food, so you can concentrate on other jobs. This is when villagers become super, super helpful. And then at level 6 of your village, you can start assigning refining jobs. So this is when villagers can start smelting metal, collecting gems and cutting them down, making advanced textiles. So the jobs that your villagers can do can become quite complex, but it can also build up a very big bank of resources for you to work from. Now, to maximize these resources, you have to give the right villager the right role, because every villager will do every job, but some villagers do the job better than others. Now, I wish I had a list of what every villager does at their best ability, but I don't. I only have some. So what the good indication is of finding out what your villager's best job is talking to them. When you talk to them, they will have some sort of hint in them. When they talk, or their design, or whatever, they will have some sort of hint as to their best job. So, take Beef Boss, for example. Beef Boss is a really, really good villager to have on your cooking. For obvious reasons, he's literally Beef Boss. You know? Meowskulls, or Meowskulls, whoever you want to say it, he is remarkable. I honestly would probably say that Meowskulls is the best villager you can possibly have. I have had Meowskulls collecting regular resources, and he gets an absolute ton. But Meowskulls, I believe his best jobs are actually cutting gems or going on adventures with you. It would make sense that Meowskulls is really good at going on adventures, because he says he likes going on adventures, I believe, but also he's literally Meowskulls, right? He is the tough bodyguard. He's gonna go on adventures with you, and he's gonna be super, super good at it. I also believe, I think Sky and Aura are pretty good at cutting and refining resources. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's also, from my experience, pretty good for them. But this is a case of talking to your villagers and seeing if there's any hints as to what their best role is in your village. It is really, really good to maximize and put them on the best role, simply because it's going to get you the most resources. It's going to give you the most productivity in your village. Instead of, if I had Beef Boss on refining metal or whatever, or refining resources, and then I had Meowscles on food. I'm sure Meowscles would really do well on food, but he wouldn't do as well as Beef Boss. And likewise, Beef Boss wouldn't do as well on refining materials or cutting gems as Meowscles would. So making sure that your villager is on the right job is really, really important. And it takes a bit of messing, it takes a bit of talking to the villagers, seeing what they say, getting an idea of what they like, and then sort of messing around with your jobs. But it's very easy to just go into the menu when you talk to the villager and change their job. So you can just select the job option and then say, okay, I want you on food, or I want you to come with me, or I want you to be refining this or gathering resources. It's really easy to switch and swap their jobs, and I really do recommend to have them on the right jobs, because it will be super beneficial to you, and it really takes a lot of hassle. The amount of cut gems I can't remember the gem's name right now because I have a brain like a colander, but the amount of cut gems I have thanks to Aura is ridiculous. I think it's amber. The amount of cut amber I have from Aura is ridiculous. I really appreciate that, and it saves so much farming. So it is really worth the time. It allows you to go off exploring and finding new villages, creating another village in another biome, whatever. And it really allows you to push on and grind this Lego Fortnite world. And I'm sure there will be loads more coming, because there's going to be plenty of Lego Fortnite updates, adding loads of new stuff, new villages probably at some point, new jobs, new stuff, new builds, all sorts of new mechanics. And it's going to be super, super interesting. And I'm going to be keeping up to date with it every step of the way. But that is another update on how to get the best out of your villagers in Lego Fortnite. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to be back with more and more stuff regarding resources, stuff you can make, the crafting stuff, all of this, and how to maximize your village and maximize your adventures and stuff like that. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm really, really happy and overwhelmed with the feedback and interactions on the first how-to video. Thank you ever so much for that. I hope you join me for much, much more in the future. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.